7 stretches from a shoveling perspective that are going to open up your back, open up your hips. Let's start standing, okay? So first things first, you're going to use a wall, one of my favorite stretches to do. Okay, you're going to use a wall, be perpendicular / 90 degrees from the wall. Both hands are going to be up against the wall. I need to be a little bit closer, but from here, I'm going to turn my hips away from the wall and breathe. So now I'm turning my hips away from my shoulders. I got light hands on the wall, gripping the wall, but not trying to rip it apart. I'll show you the other side. So here, okay, hands up on the wall, turning away from the wall. Breathe. Turn the hips away from the wall. Roughly 30 seconds per side. Love that stretch. So once again, the starting here, okay, turning facing the wall. That's number 1. Number 2, I'm going to go on a half kneeling stretch. From this half kneeling position, I'm just going to hold. Okay, you can use the wall for balance. I'm going to hold, push my hips forward. Just hold that, kind of bounce forward. This opens up the front of the hip. So for a lot of times we sit all day. All of our this joint specifically, the hip joint, is short. So we want to open that hip up. I'll show you the other side in a second. Okay, you can also add an overhead reach to this. So half kneeling, and then reach up above. If you want to add 2, that's fine too. So 2 hands up above your head. I'm going to switch sides. So half kneeling, little hip flexion opener. I actually like the toe down to help me push into that stretch. Okay, so half kneeling, hip flexor stretch. Again, this is stretch number 2. Okay, first one is the wall stretch. So here, reach if I want. You can also just do one arm, keep your ribs down, opening up the front of this hip. I think 7 stretches to do before stretching. I just think most people need to get warmed up before they run outside and it's 0 degrees outside and haven't done any activity. So that's number 2. Number 3, this is a great one. This is the box stretch, okay? And I'm going to do a couple different versions. So number 1, this is just a box stretch. I'm showing you from the side on purpose. So from here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my arm and swing around and hold the other side and turn over that shoulder. I'm pretty tight today. So this will be a great one for me before I go out and shovel. I'm going to look over that shoulder, take a big breath. Again, try to open up not just the hips are involved here. I'll show you the other side when I switch, but open up the shoulders, right, as they relate to the hips. So the rib cage and pelvis, separating that rib cage and pelvis. Let's switch sides so you can see the other side. So again, okay, I got this nice box stretch called 90-90, ankle, knee, hip, okay? And then in the front side, we got the foot right on top of that knee. Okay, so there's a straight line there, and then 90-90, foot, knee, and then hip. I'm pretty tight to the wall here, but just so you can see me. And then I'm gonna rotate over the shoulder, and I'm pretty tight. So this is another one. Good stretch for me today. Okay, you should hopefully be more flexible than this. This is stretch number 3. First one was against the wall. Second one was a half kneeling hip flexor stretch. This is a box stretch, okay, with an upper body rotation. So a nice little stretch there. The next one, I'm going to say this is a really, really important one. So back to the box stretch origin, but I'm just going to get my chest on my front knee. I'm just going to hang out there, okay? Just going to sit. This is part 1 of this version, so this is stretch number 4, okay? Just getting my chest on my knee. This is almost a down pigeon. For a lot of people, the down pigeon is not the exercise for them because it's too much stress on the knee. So the box stretch is a little bit more knee friendly. Again, I got the 90-90. I'll show you the other side. 90-90 stretch, okay? So here we go. Okay, chest over the knee. Rotate into that and lean into that stretch. Okay, and then you'll probably feel like you got 2 completely different sides. That's normal. I think most people do have different sides. The idea, though, is to spend a good amount of time on that stretch, right? Spend a little longer on the side of the body. All right, so that's stretch number 4. Now, stretch number 5. We're going to go back to this box stretch. I told you we were going to be here for a second. But the box stretch specifically, now I'm going to get into that 90-90 position, except this time, I'm going to get my chest outside my front hip, meaning the foot that's in front. I'm going to get my chest outside there. So I'm going to be down here, okay? And I'm going to get my forearm, ideally, again, perpendicular And then this arm, watch how tight this side is. This actually isn't that bad as compared to the other side, but I'm gonna try to get down 90 degrees, see my foot, see my forearms, right? So I'm really trying to get into that stretch. Notice this knee's not off the ground, this foot's not off the ground, I'm just holding, okay? Let me show you the other side. So from here, box stretch, okay? And then I'm gonna get my shoulders / torso rotating around, all right? My forearm is outside my butt, my back of my hip, and then there's my tight side. And then I'm gonna be here, just getting that shoulder down. You can see I'm pretty tight on this side. So very, very different. Again, there will be a difference between your right and left side and vice versa, okay? Ideally, I'm back here, but that's where I'm super, super tight. So once again, the reason we stretch to identify and ideally take those tightnesses, that imbalance, all of those, take those away. Let's go back to the ground real quick. I think a lot of people know these stretches, but just as gentle reminders. I'm going to go here with the figure 4 as stretch number 6, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to reach through, pull the knee to chest, okay? So I'm going to pull the knee to chest, hold that position, right, and then relax the head. I think a lot of people tend to forget that they need to relax the head. You can also put your foot up against something if you want to be here for a while and just hold that position. Again, the concept here, I'm stretching the corner of this hip. Okay, we tend to go hamstring and quad all day. Stretch the hamstring, stretch the quad, fine. But get the corner of the hips. Shoveling snow is a rotational movement. So it's not a straightforward. You're not like going forward and then deadlifting. So it's not the same pattern. I'm going to switch so you can see the side, okay? Again, knee sits right on top, or excuse me, ankle sits right on top of your thigh, okay? Just hold that position. Great stretch, relax the head. Try to breathe deep into that stretch, just hold it, all right? And then again, 30 seconds, 40 seconds. You can take as long as you need. You can even do two stretches on each side. One of my favorites there too. Last but not least, we haven't really talked about the shoulders that much, so I want to get into the shoulders. I think this is a missed all the time, but we're going to do an overhead stretch, all right? And then from this position, okay, we're going to get arms against the wall. You also do standing. Arms against the wall. I'm going to push up against, I'm going to slide while keeping my shoulders down, okay? And then back down. So push, hands up, okay? Elbows stay against the wall. Again, you can do this standing. So sometimes it's easier standing because then you can focus on keeping your back flat, okay? You'll see the tightness. And the other reason up against the wall is a little different and maybe beneficial is now what happens is I can emphasize the bottom too. See how my hands are coming off here? Okay, that's not good. So what you're doing is you're working on this range of motion. Start from where your knuckles are on the wall, forearms are on the wall, keep that. Lower back is flat to the wall. Now, as I go up, I'm stopping the range of motion, okay? When I get to that point where I can't go any further without my arms coming off, my knuckles coming off. So again, just sliding in this. Sometimes these are called wall angels. So again, the 7 stretches, all right? We got the wall rotational, the half kneeling hip flexor. Let's see if I can remember them all. The half kneeling hip flexor, the box stretch, number 1, box stretch, number 2, back stretch, number 3, that's 5, the figure 4, okay, knee to chest, and then the wall angel. So box stretch is a big one. If you just remember one, just remember the box stretch. I think the one that's interesting that people always say, world's best stretch is Spider-Man stretch. It's a great stretch, but for some people, they can't get all of the weight on their hands. What are you going to do? You should technically be doing it with your hands elevated on the box. But 7 stretches, do these before shoveling. Shoveling is a very intense exercise, especially with the amount of snow that we're supposed to get. If you're also chipping away at ice, it's a very, very expensive and stressful exercise on your wrists, on your forearms, on the elbows, shoulders, so and lower back. So be careful shoveling. Make sure you do these stretches before or after, I should add. Good luck out there.